Welcome back to the channel. This is your Hindsight Movie Collective Obsessive. Here once again, as opposed to looking in hindsight, I'm going to make a video looking forward. Gonna have a list of my anticipated video purchases for the remainder of 2023. Now, I'm not going to get them necessarily, day one or week of release or anything like that. But these are the following movies that are on my radar and more than likely will end up part of the collective when it's all said and done. Starting off with the first one, I'm going to start off with The Flash. The Flash, sight unseen. Haven't seen it. I've heard enough good things in which I will buy it sight unseen. Gonna get that in 4K. I have no reason to doubt that it's not going to pop visually, and I think the movie itself is sponge worthy enough to drop 4K money into it. So the Flash is going to be in my collection before the end of the year in 4K. Number two, we've got Prey, the Hulu streaming movie, which did quite well, and I personally think is a fine movie in itself. But seeing that it is a streaming production, I mean, I have my own criteria for 4K purchases, and my rule is any production that's primarily a TV or streaming movie probably isn't ready for the big show in 4K and wasn't designed to be so. So that's going to be a purchase in blue. Coming up next after Prey, I've got Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'm going to get that mainly to complete the MCU story that I mentioned earlier in a prior video, in which I was going to clip things off following the Infinity Endgame. Guardians 3 ties things off neatly. I know they go forward with some couple things at the end of the movie. I don't seem to be too extremely interested in that direction, but I will get Guardians Volume 3 to complete my MCU. I did not think the movie itself was sponge worthy enough for 4K. I don't have either of the prior Guardians movies in 4K, and just for the sake of continuity, I'm not going to get this one in 4K. Now the thing is, all my previous Guardian movies were in 3D. And for whatever reason, I mean, it used to be you didn't have to look any further than the UK for your 3D movies of the MCU. For whatever reason, that is no longer the case. For the most part, you've got to reach out to Japan for a 3D MCU movie. I think that began with Wakanda Forever, in which it was easier to get 3D prior to that out of the UK, but no longer. I have no idea of the reasons why, but we're going to stay home with Guardians Volume 3 in blue. Next movie I've got here is going to be Gran Turismo. That one's going to be an eye popper. Sight unseen, I'll probably get that one in 4K. Heard enough positive buzz about that, and I have no doubt that it's not going to be that it won't be a scorcher in 4K. So I anticipate snapping that one up in 4K. Next, we've got the Last Voyage of the Demeter. That will be going out in blue. I don't think there's a 4K option for that particular movie. I think that movie is going to stay small, go no larger than Blue. I think that will be a fine addition to the collective. I'm going to probably buy that sight unseen. I may be fortunate enough to catch it streaming first. If I can, that I will do. After that, we've got Barbie. Barbie. Yes, Barbie. Gonna get that in 4K. That is going to be an eye scorcher, no doubt. So I look forward to watching Barbie. Again, hopefully I'll be able to catch it on the stream first. I don't think I'll go about that one sight unseen, but I anticipate seeing it. I anticipate liking it. For whatever reason, I keep getting a Clueless vibe from it, in that vein of humor. And like I said, I think it's going to be an eye scorcher in pink. That will probably be a 4K if I pull the trigger on that particular movie. After Barbie, I've got Spider-Man Across the Multiverse. Of course, we're going to get that one in 4K. Sight unseen. I got to worry about the streaming date and when it begins. Don't care, don't matter. That's going to be coming home in 4K, no doubt. The remainder movies I've got here are kind of iffy. Not sure how I'm going to go about it. First one is Transformers, the latest one. I can't recall the name of it, but the one that's streaming currently on Paramount, The Beasts. I saw it. I liked it, I think. Not sure. I'm waffling on that one. Another one I'm waffling on is Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning. That's going to be streaming on Paramount, no doubt, soon enough. I mean, I don't think I have to wait to have it stream, but I will do exactly that. The reason I might not pull the trigger on Dead Reckoning is because it is a part 1, and I anticipate a release somewhere down the road of parts 1 and 2 together. So I may just keep my powder dry for that, as opposed for springing for part 1 alone. I pretty much did that with the John Wick movies. Instead of buying all the individual releases, I'm just going to wait for the 1 through 4, which I do believe is available in Blu-ray, but for whatever reason, no release has been set for 4K. I'll be waiting on that one. Don't anticipate being interested in the 5th John Wick, to be honest with you. I think things were handled quite decisively at the end of 4. Another one I'm up in the air about is the Picard final season, Star Trek. Seen it on Paramount Plus. Liked it. Kind of liked it. Liked it a bit. I continue to waffle on that one. I have no idea which way I'm going to go with that. Last movie is Blue Beetle. DC product. Not going to see that on sight unseen. I'm going to have to see that first. I better see that streaming or Redbox or whatever means I get to see it first. I did say Flash is going to cap off my Zack Snyder DCU universe. I don't think Blue Beetle is part of that universe. I'm not sure. But there's only so much George Lopez I can take in a single sitting. And on top of that, there are some other things that give me pause and just fully accepting this movie. I got to see what we're dealing with what we're dealing with first before I bring it into the fold. And so that pretty much in a nutshell is going to be all the movies I anticipate purchasing. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe to the channel. This is a bit of a struggle love up to this point, but we will keep pushing on. And I'll talk to you on the next video. Have a good day.